of these tools. It is so much more about what it can do versus really what, some of the features you're mentioning here. So on that same note, you did mention a concept, I think, which is maybe at the core of what you guys do, is the idea of more customers, less work. And for me, I guess the question I would have, and this is, I guess, my question in closing, is for the agents out there who are in a position where they don't have a network, right? You guys both have networks. You both have connections. You both have established relationships with people. For people who are trying to connect with consumers who just don't have that, right? Or a very small one. What would you recommend for them to actually grow their network? Not people who are, because no one's going to be tweeting them is what I'm getting at. No one's going to be writing articles about them. No one's going to be following them. They are in itself basically, a very small, isolated individual. So how do they kind of get to that state where you guys are describing, where you're just more interacting with people who are already interacting with you?
That's a great question, Jimmy. Think about this. I sold gold mine in 1999. I spent almost 8 years raising 3 babies. Nobody knew who the heck I was. When I started Nimble, I was nobody. And so what I had to do is I had to rebuild my own personal brand and then go and build the Nimble brand. Nimble today is a global brand. We're generating almost 60,000 unique visitors on our website per month, converting at almost 10% to trial and 25% to paid with no marketing spend and no salespeople. How did we do that? What I did was I went and identified thought leaders in the areas of promise of the product I wanted to build: sales, marketing, customer service, social media, social business, and I began to develop a relationship with them. I didn't reach out on LinkedIn and say, connect with me. I started to listening to their conversation and sharing and adding value to the conversation, and eventually developing a relationship with that person where I shared my ideas about my product, and they then gave me feedback, and I went and built the product and showed them the product, and they started to become an evangelist for the product. That's how I met Gary Vee. So Gary and I started a conversation over a period of time, and I remember we were sitting at the Path Party at South by, and I said, hey Gary, what's up? And we started talking, and I basically just shared this concept with him, and he turned around and he said this to me. He said, John, chills. It's that kind of stuff of nurturing and building relationships with people that help you build your brand. Because if you're having conversations with other thought leaders, all of a sudden you are a thought leader. And so what my advice is to anybody out there today is they need to be nurturing their personal brand and growing their professional network on a daily basis. Your professional net worth is equal to the sum of your personal brand plus your professional network. And you build your brand by the actions you take and the words that you share. So every day when I get up in the morning, I spend 20 minutes a day on Zeit curating content. And then I share that content out there on my various identities, and then throughout the day I listen to the signals and I engage with people that matter, and then I bring those connections into one-on-one conversations and develop a real relationship where I understand their goals and I figure out ways I can help them in a pay-it-forward way.
Yeah, you guys, not to interrupt, but if you're watching, you should pause it and rewind and listen to exactly each, because you went through it pretty quickly, each step that he just said. Curate great content, share it socially through your different profiles, monitor conversations, and then engage on a one-to-one basis with the people that interact with you. That is absolutely brilliant. I think it's
Jimmy, you don't walk into a cocktail party and say, hey, anybody want to buy some social engagement software? No. Yeah. You walk in, you pause, you look around the room, you identify people that you might want to connect with, you walk up and stand adjacent to them, you listen to the conversation, and then you begin to add value to the conversation. You don't tell them how great your fishing pole is, you start teaching them how they can fish, and then when they look at you and they go, well, gosh, man, you seem like you know a lot about real estate. What do you do? Well, I happen to be a real estate person. Here's my card if you're ever interested. So you do it the subtle way, and a year after I sold gold mine, I had a tumor, and it was pretty serious. And I lost 50 pounds, and I was worried I was gonna not make it, and it made me stop and think about life. And I did a lot of journey and work through that process. And what I came away with is I believe that we're on this planet to grow our souls and help other people grow theirs. And we do that by being present with other human beings, by listening to their goals and helping them achieve it in a pay-it-forward way, And ultimately, all you have when you leave this life is the vibrations of the real personal connections that you make. That's it. Forget the money, forget all the houses and all that stuff. So these moments where you and I are sitting here sharing, where we're building connections, where we're helping other people, this is what real life's all about.
Yeah, that's the most I think one of the best endings to one of our shows, to be honest, in terms of like just a life philosophy, right?
Yeah.
Great stuff, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jon.
You bet.
Chris,
You
Chris,
bet.
you're still muted. No,
He's still muted. Can't hear you.
the show's ending like it started. Hey, so hey, Jon, on that note, you know, where can people connect with you online? Because I want to make sure that they follow you.
Sure.
If you guys are gonna send them a LinkedIn request, make sure you make a note that you saw them on the water cooler. Please don't send it to them, or otherwise.
No, more than that. More than that. What I
Yeah.
want you to do is I want you to look at my walls, find what things that we have in common, and connect with me in an authentic and relevant way. You'll learn more about me in 5 seconds by looking at my Instagram than you ever will by looking at my LinkedIn. Forget about LinkedIn, forget about Twitter and Facebook. Start looking at people's real stuff and connect with them in a real, authentic way. And so follow me on Twitter. I'm JONFERRARA. That's JON_Ferrara. And basically what I try to do on a daily basis is do the 5 E's of social business. Educate, enchant, embrace, empower. I'm sorry. Educate, enchant, embrace, empower your customers. Engage. There it is. Shit. It's late. Okay. Educate, enchant, engage, embrace, and empower your customers. And if you do that on a daily basis, give your knowledge away, become a trusted advisor to your customer, you will attract people around you that will help you succeed and you'll help them succeed. And what I do on a daily basis, I try to teach that. And Nimble is just a tool that empowers that. Go to nimble.com, try it today, tell me what you think, tell me how we can make it better, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thank you so much. The replay will be available on YouTube. We'll email it out, and as always, we'll see you next week, guys. Thanks a lot.